Let me tell you, I just want to tell you that porn is not the problem. You watched it, and porn is not the problem of why women are objectified. Porn is not the problem of why it steals men's manhood. Porn is not the reason for that. The reason for that is I want to talk about schmorn. Porn. Because I see these videos online and everybody's saying, like, you gotta stop doing it because it objectifies women, right? From the spiritual perspective, it's like it makes you it takes man's power, right? It steals your manhood, right? It destroys your soul, all these different things. And they're like, porn is bad, porn is this, porn is that. And what is happening in the process is this demonization of porn, right? And what does that do to a person? It makes it, all it does is just enhance their guilt, enhance their shame when they do it, right? That's just how it works. Let me tell you, I just want to tell you that porn is not the problem to none of that. Porn is not the problem of why women are objectified. Porn is not the problem of why it steals men's manhood, so to speak. And porn is not the reason why men are subject to women. Porn is not the reason for that. The reason for that is judgment. Porn is not the sin. Judgment is the sin. Because in your mind, you're saying that this is wrong and this is right. So when it's wrong, you feel bad about it. But when it's right, meaning like when you're about to do it, right, watch it or do the act, it feels right. And you're identifying it as right, so you do it, right? You're identifying with right or wrong. Judgment. And judgment is the reason why guys get involved with that stuff. Judgment is the reason. Porn is not the reason. The only thing that porn does is enhance the emotions, right? Amplify the emotions to make you believe even deeper into the lie of the judgment, right? Into the lie of this is right or this is wrong. Porn just enhances the emotions. That's it. But it's not the problem. It's not the sin. Because let's say if you out of nowhere just got rich and you like cars and you just bought a bunch of cars, and then now is your new thing. Now you like cars. Now you enjoy buying cars and going fast in cars. That would be your new thrill. And then the porn stuff will probably just dwindle away. Because it's the thing that's attached to the reason why you go do the thrill. And another thing I want to talk about is that this word addict or addicted, nobody is addicted, right? There is no addict. We're already free, right? We're already set free. The only thing is that we just believe the lie in the mind. But there is no such thing as an addict. Every person, every single person, all of us, in one way or another, just want to feel better. That's it. We just want to feel better, right? So we pick up these things, right? And then some things we just like more than others. So then we obsess over that, right? And just for the simple fact of wanting to feel better. Not because we want to hurt somebody, not because we want to, no, we just want to feel better, right? The judgment has brought us too much pain and conflict, so we need something to relieve the pain. I'm telling you, every single last thing comes down to judgment in the mind as right or wrong, everything. Conflict only comes from identifying with right or wrong. You feel good when you think it's right. You feel bad when you think it's wrong. Although it only stems from that. And it ain't even a big deal. Porn ain't even a big deal. And it's not even a big deal. You watched it and what? It's only a big deal because we're taught to make it a big deal, right? If we didn't judge it at all as good or bad, we didn't judge porn as bad, porn as good, we would not even wrestle with it. We wouldn't even struggle with it. So it's just one of those things that's kind of like a setup. It's not a big deal at all. Zero deal. If you're just stay aware of yourself. Be aware. And this stuff is not a big deal. And you'll find that you actually do it less, or you'll find that you don't do it as much, or you'll find that you're over judging yourself for nothing. For nothing. For nothing. Because that's not the problem. That's not your problem. Alcohol, not your problem. Weed is not your problem. Whatever. None of that is your problem. The problem is you're believing into the lies of judgment, which is good and evil, which came from the garden of Satan. The apple. That was his whole setup. He wanted you to eat the apple so you can believe in good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil, which is just a knowledge. It's not of God. It's not wisdom. The knowledge of good and evil. And now you got the knowledge of good and evil in your mind, right and wrong, and then you use it. That's the problem. Judgment. And I used to wrestle with all this stuff. I'm going to tell you the problem and the solution really quick so we can be off it, done, and I'll get to the calls. The problem is that we don't know love. We don't know love, right? And some of us are learning it. We're learning what love is, right? Real love is, and we're learning how to understand it. But for the most part, when we get involved in these things or when we judge, we don't know love, because love is no judgment, right? The second thing is that we know very well hate, right? We know hate so well because hate is the judgment, right? We know hate so well. We know judgment so well. We know how to do it, and we know the results that it gives. And we've been taught, and we see examples of following hate in your mind and having opinions about everything and judging everything and looking down upon everything. We know that so well. Not even realizing that all of that is just lies, just complete lies. And that's the reason why we have conflict in the first place. Love is already there. It's been there, and it's just sitting there waiting in the cut. In the gut. In the gut. Just waiting. All right, the spirit within, right? Just waiting. But we're distracted by the thoughts and the lies of hate. So we don't know love, but we know hate, right? That's the problem. The solution is this. And I'm doing this in my own life. I'm only saying it because I'm doing this in my own life. And this was helping me. Okay? To stop struggling with sin, to stop that stuff, is you need to stop struggling. Stop wrestling. And when I say stop, it's not like I'm saying stop doing it, whatever the vice is. I'm saying stop trying to stop doing it. Stop trying to stop doing it. Because you trying to stop the vice is the reason why you keep doing it. Because why are you trying to stop it? It's so wrong. It's so bad. It's so evil. It's so demonic. I feel bad. I feel guilty. That's the only reason why you're trying to stop it. Because you've been taught that it's bad or wrong, guilty. Stop trying to stop it, because you can't stop it. Let it go. Let it be. If you do it, right? When it happens, and if it happens, right? When you do it and forget about it. right? Do your thing or whatever, right? And if it happens, do it and forget about it. Don't think twice about it. If you think twice about it, be aware that you're thinking twice about it. Don't even think about it. Don't make it a big deal. And it's not that big of a deal. None of it is that big of a deal. None of it. Not 1 ounce of it is that big of a deal. Not even a nothing. It's not a big deal at all. The only big deal is your judgment about it. That's it. Porn ain't a big deal. None of that stuff is a big deal. The prostitutes doing their little thing, that's not a big deal. Sex workers, not a big. Alcoholic, none of that is a big deal at all. The only reason why it continues to go and continues to happen is because of our judgment about these things. Be aware and learn throughout the process. And God will eventually start drawing us in, and it'll make more sense of why we should or shouldn't do certain things, why certain things aren't what we've been taught that they are. We'll start to make sense of it, and those things will fall away naturally on its own, right? Let it go. It's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be all right. No big deal. Just be aware of yourself, right? Don't go, if you go unconscious, just come back to consciousness. That's all. The truth is just consciousness. The truth is just being aware. That's what, just be aware. Don't worry about your vices. God is working on them. If you're giving it, if you're letting go, be like, look, take it, Lord, help me. And he does. And he does.